Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the 52 Toys Beastbox Sharkira. I hope that's the way how you pronounce it, because I haven't really heard any proper, the exact correct pronunciation. So, either way, this time it's another 52 Toys Beastbox review, meaning that it's one of those cube-shaped toys that you can open up into a mechanical animal. And as you can see, I haven't reviewed everything yet because I have reviewed a good amount, but there are some ones I have not reviewed, which is basically these two, which is a set called Deep One. It's basically a submarine mech. I'm still practicing the transformation of these two because they are the most complicated of all the ones I've bought so far. So hopefully I can work that out soon. So once again, I think before I start off the review, I would like to mention that 52 Toys, what they do really good is that I really love their concept, and I really love the fact that you can actually, they give you these cube-shaped cases where you can put them in their cube form and display them together like this. I really love that factor. Alright, just wanted to point that out. Let's see what we got. So before we go for the overall review, let's go over the components. So first of all, of course, is obviously we get the Shakira itself, and currently in its, I put it in its cube form, and then we have the cube case, which is called the box charger, which is right over here. So once again, very impressed. And once again, with these boxes, the more you have, you can either attach them side to side or top and bottom, and then make a whole wall of these. Other than that, we get the two typical stuff. Number one is the PVC card. The PVC card is basically you fold these in half. You fold it in half, and then you put it in the back, and then so if you don't like the fact that you have to always slide it down like that, you can put it in the back, and then when you open the case, it will slightly be out in front because of the PVC card. So it really depends on your preference. I don't really care about these PVC cards. I don't think they're really too necessary for me, so yeah. And then we get a card, a very cool looking card with its illustration and some bio or slash its stats and its story. And then we have these barcode looking things. I don't know what they're for at this moment. Maybe they're working on some sort of game or something else, but once again, we really don't know at this point. But let's see how it goes. But once again, really nice. And then we got some weird stats. It has high speed and courage. Strength is slightly okay. It has low intelligence and defense. Kind of odd, but okay. And then other than these two, we get these two things, which is actually like supposed to be like extra sub weapons for the unit. We've seen these before and with other ones such as the Leviathan. This time I'm having a slight trouble telling what these are. They kind of look like squids, but once again, not too sure. So you get two of these, but once again, on the shark mode, you can actually use these two at the same time. But when it comes to box mode, it's kind of odd. You can only have one of these. I'll get into that once I'm done with the transformation. So once again, we have the box. Let's put it out there, and then let's move this out of the way to give the camera an easier time to focus. Alright, so let's see what we got. So here we have the box form. Nothing too special. Once again, if you're kind of wondering like why yours isn't going in, when these are in their cube form, they go into the box very easily. They just slide in like that. They smoothly go in. But let's say if it's like you're kind of squeezing it in with force, that means you did not transport it correctly. So keep that in mind. So here we have the thing. It has the term "bite me" in front, which is kind of kind of interesting way of saying stuff, but yeah. So here we have the box one. It does have that less cubish look compared to the others, but still works overall. Now the transformation, so far among the ones I've transformed and reviewed so far, this one seems to be the most hardest one so far among the ones I've reviewed. Now the deep one is the most difficult one I have at the moment, so which is why I cannot make a review yet, but still. It's very simple. It's a simple concept when you get to know it, but once if it's your first time, it might be complicated. So first of all, I'll just like to pull this section off, which is the shark fin. It's one of the few things I keep forgetting to pull out, which actually collides with a few pieces if you don't. So according to the manual, they start with the head. So I guess we'll start with the head. So as you can see here, you can definitely tell there's a head right over here. So there's a ball joint here that connects the head, and then here's another joint which allows you to detach here and then move upwards like that. And then basically the way how the whole transformation mechanic or gimmick works, how is basically this. This is a example with the head. Now the tail part is much more complicated, so once I'm done with the head, I'll just skip to the entire transformation. So basically what you do is with most parts, you extend these two parts out from the side, and then you basically pull the parts that are folded back into the front like that. You have the mouths, the lower mouth or jaw, and then we have the front face or head. You pull them up forward, you collapse them, and then these two parts will go back and form the neck. And that's how it works. So it kind of same for the tail, but has multiple gimmicks of that. So once again, other than that, what you do is basically you open up these fins, and yeah, there's another one here with the yellow ones, for example, like that on the other side, and basically you flip up the other side, but keep in mind this is the part where they have this tail here, so you have to kind of avoid these fins to get it out. So if you're having trouble, each of the head and the body has these ball joints, but if you're having trouble with the transformation, you can always pop them out and then do them separately like that. So once again, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here we have the shark form. Now, I usually have trouble with the tail because even though I practice multiple times, it's just one of those things that I always have slight issues with. So here we have the shark form. It definitely looks like a shark, although as you saw in the bio or the illustration art, it was definitely in underwater, but yet the shark is red. I mean, if it was in a lava area, I would understand that to make it look like a lava shark. So I do kind of question like a red shark. I mean, I like the concept, but somehow it doesn't match its, you know, environment. But still, very cool concept. We don't get as many shark mechs, but of course there are some that comes into mind, but still, yeah, we don't really get many red sharks. So here we have those squid pods. I'm going to just call them squids. Once again, I'm calling these squids is slightly of a stretch, but once again, I believe these things do have eyes on them. I need to recheck. Yeah, so I believe if you remember the illustration art, here they are. So it seems like the peg that has to be on front like this. So once again, this is a peg, but I'm pretty sure there's a use for these peg, but usually you're going to be using on these, because if you look around the shark here, as you can see, this is where I connected the action base. There's multiple holes, so you can connect these multiple ways if you want to do so. There's a hole there, hole there, hole, so you can pretty much slap these on whatever place you want them to be on. So like, for example, if I want on the back, there you go, you have two squids on the shark. So pretty cool concept. They could be weapons, they could be funnels, whatever that you want to be in your imagination. So other than that, let's talk about some articulation. So being a shark, what I am impressed regarding this is that it's not a straight block. What you can do is you can also bend, thanks to the ball joints and the joint here, you are able to make it fold. So you can do that kind of that more moving shark realistic feel going on here. And while this part does entirely move, these two parts they're not supposed to move a lot, so you can move them up and down slightly, and even the tail section here can move up and down a little bit more than the middle section. So you do get some good range of movements to get that more a more movement feel going on there. Other than that, with any part with the ball joint, you can rotate the head 360, and I believe you can do that on the tail with 360 as well. The fin on the yellow section here does move, but that's mostly for the folding gimmick to make it into cube form. And then for the head, you can actually move the mouse up and down, unlike Torado with the tiger, which was kind of disappointing for me because that head, the mouse barely moved on that one. Alright, other than that, here we have the fins. Each fins are connected to ball joints here as the main joints, which is why you are able to rotate them 360, but they are on the stiff side, which does make you, which is kind of scary, because if it's a very stiff ball joint, it kind of worries you when you rotate the fins, because I actually had experience with Gunpla where I thought I was rotating the entire ball joint, but turns out I was rotating just the joint here, which snapped off. So I'm just kind of really scared that doesn't happen on this one. And on the front fin, we have these parts that you can move, but once again, these are for the folding gimmick, and you can move the fins up and down like that. And you can see there's another joint here, so you can kind of reposition the joints wherever you want to be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So really cool concept, really like the color. I believe they made another variant with this. I believe there was a crocodile, a green crocodile with the proper colors called Teardrop, and then after they made that, they made the Shakira, if I remember correctly. There's also another purple crocodile. I'm not sure how you get that, but that's definitely the color scheme I want to get for the crocodile. And if you're wondering, yes, I did pre-order the turtle and the purple dinosaur. I forgot the exact name, but yeah, I'm waiting for those two to arrive, and then I'm definitely waiting for the green bull. It's a toxic bull. I really love the concept, so really looking forward for that one as well. And once again, as I mentioned, you can attach the action base. And yeah, regarding the squid launchers, is that on the bottom here, you can see there's another joint here, which is this is actually a latch. It opens up pretty easily. Now, you can put only one. It tells you in the manual that you can store it in one, and you can close it up properly if you put it in the right position. So there you go. And with this inside, you can still make this into the cube form, of course, but they give you two of these, which is kind of odd. So I was expecting that you could store both of these inside, but I've tried multiple ways and I have not found a single way to store it in both of these. So that's kind of an odd section, but still, it's a cool gimmick that you have a storage section here. So if you don't want to use the squids in general, maybe you can put it in something else to make it look cool. But yeah, they engineered this very well, but of course I wish they paid attention to the quality control a little bit more. Maybe not 100%, but maybe 20% more, because like the Dark Wave, I'm missing a piece. It's not a piece that's really important for the transformation, it's just more aesthetics here. You can clearly see there's a piece missing here. I've checked the box, I rattled all the places, not with me. So I'm pretty sure it got missing while, before it arrived to me. So I had this experience with the Dark Wave, but hopefully this doesn't, it's just me being slightly unlucky, so hopefully something works out in the future. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. This was the review of the 52 Toys Beastbox Sharkira. If you guys got any questions or requests, you can comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. And tomorrow will be a gunpla review. Until then, see you guys next time.